So, Kamen Rider Geats Episode 4. It aired earlier today in Japan, and I finally sat down and watched the episode, so welcome to my review of Kamen Rider Geats Episode 4. If you want to see more reviews, I've got a Geats playlist that I think I've got already made up by now. Hopefully I've done that. But if you want to check out my other reviews, such as Don Brothers, Power Rangers, and stuff like that, be sure to check them out as well and give them a watch, give them a listen. But in today's video, we'll be talking about Kamen Rider Geats Episode 4, Chance Meeting Part 3. Conditions for Victory. So this episode was a Neon focused episode because last week we find out that she was infected by the zombie bite along with the panda guy. So this episode was like an episode of The Walking Dead where someone got bitten, turned into a zombie, and they spend their last couple of days, so they're wondering if they're going to put them down or something like that. They're the vibes I got in the first half of this episode before the writer stuff picked up. But we see what Neon's home life is like, and it's not the greatest. We know that she's controlled by her mother, and her mother kind of rules her life, and we see that in this episode. She disappears for a little bit, and then when Neon gets to go back to the normal world and live her life, we find out that her mother has deleted all her streams and YouTube videos and they no longer exist, so her mother is very controlling. But this episode, with Neon getting some character development at the end of the episode and boosting some confidence in herself, she's able to stand up to her mother and tell her that she's going to be leaving this place one day and no longer going to be bound to her shackles. So it's great to see Neon get some character development and show that she's like a strong female character. I do like that she's no longer going to be the girl character. Her motive in this show is to be free from her mother so she can do whatever she wants. This episode also saw the retirement of Kitano, Panda Guy. In this episode, he's no longer participating in the games or the Grand Prix because he got the lowest points in the episode, so that means he was eliminated. And because he got turned into a zombie and decided to fuck with everyone and try messing up the game, it's what got him eliminated in the end, because when you see the scoreboard at the end of the episode or near the end of the episode, you can see that he was last on the list and Neon was only just above him by only a couple of thousand points. So I feel like if Panda Guy or Kitano actually tried to help the other players and not be like a heel and a villain, he could have actually won and got Neon eliminated in this game. So that's an interesting note there, and even Buffer points it out. I believe it's Buffer, where he said, hey, if you didn't mess around, you could have actually won this game and not got yourself kicked out of it. So he gets retired from the game, as it's phrased, so we don't know what happens to him or where he goes. We don't know if he's alive or dead right now, but he just gets teleported out of the game and he's no longer a part of it. So I do wonder where they go when they retire in this game and they're forced to be removed from the game. Do they go back to their normal lives with no memory of anything that happened, or does something worse happen to him? Because he died in the game, but we don't know where those dead players go. But he does say when he's about to go, saying, hey, only one of you guys is going to survive, so most of you guys will be joining me eventually. So that's an interesting choice of dialogue that he has in this episode. Now, this episode, like I mentioned earlier, it was a Neon focused episode, and we got to see her use the hammer power-up, and it was a really cool fight scene where we got to see her use those powers, because she used the boost driver and the hammer powers, and seeing her hold that giant hammer reminded me a lot from Amy from Sonic, with how she swung that giant hammer around and started whacking zombies with it. It was really cool, and they did some really cool fight scenes in the episode, especially when Kamen Rider Tycoon tossed her across the scaffold and she started kicking some more zombie ass. That was really cool to see in this episode. So they filmed a lot of unique fight scenes in this episode of Kamen Rider Geats, especially when they filmed it in this location for the zombie survival arena. But like I said, they're able to clear the game and everyone but Kitato, Panda Guy, gets out alive. No one knows what happens to him or where he's going to go next, but it does set up there's going to be another game next week, and it's also introducing another character that is a panda, but they got a pumpkin head, an orange skin. So just like video games with different skins, we're seeing all these different panda riders in the show. And I do wonder how many more we're going to see, because the panda guy that died this episode, he's the second one, because the first one we saw in episode 1 was killed. So much like video games, they're having different skins and ults, and we'll probably see that theme moving forward in the next couple of episodes. Also, spoilers for the next episode if you're going to complain, but if you watch the entire episode, then you probably watch the preview for it. So it is what it is. But anyway, guys, Kamen Rider Geats episode 4, I really enjoyed it. I'm still having a lot of fun watching this show, reviewing this show, and talking about it. But what did you guys think of this episode, and what are your speculations and thoughts on the show moving forward? And how do you think it's going to end, or what do you think the next game is going to be moving forward? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, take care, bye.